StadiumDB.com presents Biggest College Stadiums. Welcome to a video in which we take a look at a country that has a mania for greatness. Also affected by this obsession are the stadiums, the largest in the entire world. Among them are some that can seat up to 100,000 fans or more. However, today we will focus on 10 stadiums where college teams regularly play, all of which perform in the top division, NCAA Division I Football Bowl Subdivision. Let's start with the smallest one. 10th place, Rose Bowl, capacity 89,702, UCLA Bruins. Rose Bowl owes its name to the game of that name, played here since 1923 on New Year's Day of the day after. And it is from this stadium and the game that many football matches played after the regular season are called bowl. Between 1972 and 1997, the venue was able to hold 104,091 spectators, temporarily becoming the largest football arena in the USA. The stadium, like few others in North America, also has great significance for football. Firstly, it is the arena of the 1994 World Cup final. Secondly, the gold medal match in the 1984 Olympics was played here. 9th place, Sanford Stadium, capacity 92,746, Georgia Bulldogs. From the moment it opened, the stadium became famous for having a hedge rather than a plot separating the pitch from the stands. Initially relatively high, later reduced in height, it still exists today and has earned Sanford Stadium the nickname Between the Bushes. In 1981, a new east stand was built enclosing the stands and at the same time cutting off their free view for many people watching matches from their nearby hill. The stadium reached its capacity of 92,746 in 2004 when 27 sky suits were added to the north side of the stadium at a cost of $8 million. 8th place, Bryant-Denny Stadium, capacity 100,077, Alabama Crimson Tide. In its initial configuration in 1929, it seated around 12,000 spectators in the curved east stand. Between 2006 and 2010, the shape of the stadium was completed with the construction of two large upper stands behind the north and south goals. As a result of decisions made in the early years, the stadium took on a very interesting form with rounded stands along the pitch and straight stands at both ends. These additions also increased the number of boxes to 159. 7th place, Texas Memorial Stadium, capacity 100,119, Texas Longhorns. The most expensive expansion to date, worth almost $150 million, took place in 2007-2008 when the upper stands were added on the north side. To this day, there is only a small steel stand on the south side. Therefore, the university is considering the development of this part after almost a century of operation of the facility. Given that the stadium today is already one of the largest in the world, such an extension could allow it to take over the status of the largest. 6th place, Neyland Stadium, capacity 101,915, Tennessee Volunteers. When the venue opened after 6 months of construction in 1921, it held 3,200 spectators in the small west stand. The last wave of major upgrades between 2004 and 2010 involved several phases during which the stadium received new spectator spaces, media and commercial facilities, new boxes, external brick elevations to the north and new spectator entrances plazas. Together with modern electronics, the new infrastructure is expected to last another 75 years of use. And how many years will it take for you to subscribe to our channel? Do it now and enjoy a new video every week. 5th place, Tiger Stadium, capacity 102,321, LSU Tigers. Today it is one of the most famous stadiums in the USA. often referred to as the most unfriendly place for visitors to play a match. That is why the nickname Death Valley, given years ago, comes as no surprise. The extremely hot atmosphere, the attendance regularly over the 90,000 limit, and the steep stands are awe-inspiring. Interestingly, the crossbar from the goalpost, which stood in the north end zone of Tiger Stadium from 1955 through 1984, is now mounted above the door, which leads onto the playing field. Fourth place, Kyle Field, capacity 102,733, Texas A&M Aggies. The biggest change in 20th century came in 1999 when the northern arch and with it the running track was replaced by a large stand perpendicular to the pitch. The stadium reached over 82,300 seats, despite the south side of the pitch being unbuilt. In the 21st century, at a cost of almost $500 million, the university rebuilt the missing stand, then demolished and restored the main sectors. Kyle Field has at times been regarded as one of the most intimidating college football stadiums in the nation by various media outlets and sports writers. Third place, Ohio Stadium, capacity 102,780, Ohio State Buckeyes. Almost from the beginning, the stadium had an athletics track. The facility lost it in 1998. At that time, the turf was lowered by 4 meters and new rows of seats were built in place for the running tracks. Eventually, the stadium managed to exceed a capacity of 100,000 in 2001 and has continued to grow steadily since then. While such a huge size is satisfactory for Buckeyes games, it proved overwhelmingly large for the Columbus Crew playing here temporarily. Second place, Beaver Stadium, capacity 106,572, Penn State Nittany Lions. The history of this stadium is one of the rare cases, as it started in a different location. Originally, Beaver Field stood about 1.5 kilometers west of its final position. The relocation operation began in 1959. From the start of the stadium's functioning at the new site in 1960, its history has been one of the continuous growth to its present level of over 106,000 seats. However, the name has remained almost unchanged since the very beginning, even before the move to the new location. First place, Michigan Stadium, capacity 107,601, Michigan Wolverines. The decision to build a new stadium for the University of Michigan was made in 1926. Every home game since November 8, 1975 has drawn a crowd in excess of 100,000, an active streak of more than 300 contests. On September 7, 2013, the game between Michigan and Notre Dame Fighting Irish attracted a crowd of 115,109, a record attendance for a college football game since 1948. By the mid-1980s, Michigan Stadium had become known by the nickname the Big House. What an interesting adventure, and the feast for the eyes it was to see such huge stands in college stadiums. Which one is the most impressive? Write in the comments, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye!